My name is Oscar.
My name is Carl, and this is Who Would Watch This.
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast. We watch a film, we chat about the film, and we try and figure out who would watch this.
Today, we're talking about Freddy vs. Jason, which currently has a 5.8 on IMDb, a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 2.8 on Letterboxd. Oscar, what's the plot?
Carl, Freddy's back, but he's not that powerful. He needs to enlist the help of another murderer, Jason. Or maybe, we'll find out.
Big twist would be if it's the Ring Girl.
Look, and...
I wish it was the Ring Girl.
No, they didn't have the rights, so maybe, pack it in, okay? Don't try...
She wasn't big yet.
Yeah, IP, yeah.
This is me. I was watching the movie and I was like, get a woman in here. Freddy versus Jason. Boo!
I think, was it Naomi Watts?
Yeah.
She really brought the Ring Girl into the whole...
Yeah. I gotta tell you, if Naomi Watts was in this, much better film. Much better film.
You'd get rid of Kelly Rowland for Miss Naomi.
Nope,
Miss
didn't
Watts?
say that.
Thank God.
I'd be keeping Kelly. I'd definitely be keeping Kelly.
Carl, before we get into the Rowland experience, should we go back to last week before we'd seen the movie?
Oh, when we were trying to predict who we thought would watch it?
Yes.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yes, Carl. Yes. Have you seen it? Have you loved it? Have you watched it?
Yeah, I saw this young in my Elm Street era.
Many had one.
Yeah.
There's goths, there's, emos, and then there's the Elm Street boys.
Yeah.
They're a
And
vicious
we were
gang.
formidable.
Yeah.
It was a little bit theater geeky, but it was formidable.
Were you big fans of the streets or the movies, or were you just big fans of just general urban planning?
Yeah, the streets.
Yeah, gotcha.
You hit it right off the bat. It was the streets for sure. Yeah, look. Have you seen any of the
Never.
Elm Street films?
So you guys know it's a good podcast because we really come with expertise. Actually, my POV is blank, so I'm just sort of the audience. I'm the POV
Can
of the
this
audience.
be enjoyed without any context?
Let's find
That's
out.
what'll be fun to find out.
Fun to find out, and then we're also going to find out if this is a good battle movie because we've already done Alien vs Predator.
Yeah, where you'd
Pretty
also
good.
only seen one.
I'd seen Alien.
It's great that you shouldn't be on any of these.
No, I feel like I like film, and people go, "Have you seen this?" I go,
No.
But I've checked out most of the Tubi catalog. Tubi catalog's really me.
Yeah, when are we going to get Zomvivas versus Bitch Slap?
It's solid, but it's no 3-star for me. That's just my opinion. Carl, general gist. What's up with Jason and what's up with Freddy?
I don't think I've ever been particularly taken by the Friday the 13th films.
Yeah, gotcha. But you're an Elm Street boy.
I am an Elm Street
lad.
boy. It's a lot more fun. I like Dreams. Usually way more creative kills. Robert Englund's very good as Freddy Krueger.
Yep.
So they're all fine. I don't know why there has not been a new one. I feel like somebody could easily come out and make an incredible Elm Street film. I think they did a remake in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
With James Earl, not Jones. Who's the guy from Watchmen that did Rorschach? Do you remember that actor? He was like James Earl Healy or something. He was around for a while.
Yeah.
He was in things. I don't know why they haven't done another one of these.
I guess because Scream has almost it could be a bit cheeky with its we're being a bit meta, whereas I guess in this regard it's still sort of a bit like, oh, you're doing a 13th movie, how tacky almost.
Somebody could. I don't think you need. There's never really been a substantial lead, so you can't really even reboot it.
Yeah,
but
you just need a guy.
I think if somebody was like, oh, we're doing an Elm Street film with practical effects and lots of blood and gore, it would pop off.
In my mind, it's just sort of not Saw, but essentially practical effects Saw.
Yeah.
In the sense here's 5 creative kills with a plot.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
It's a little bit Final Destination-y.
Yeah, cool.
Just in terms of being it's convoluted. I guess the fact that it's dreams, you can sort of make it very horror Inception.
Yeah.
So you can be really disturbing and creative with it all. But yeah, when we pitched doing this, I remembered having seen it, but yeah, in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, gotcha.
Nothing in this film left an impact on me.
Oh, tight.
So-
That's good for us then.
Yes.
Good for an hour of chat.
Yes, absolutely.
It left me
when I
no-
pitched it, I was like, I can't remember anything, and thus that will fill an episode.
Okay, great. And then I guess the Jason of it all.
Boring.
Whoa, okay.
I don't think anyone loves Jason Voorhees that much.
I think he's iconic, but I don't think
the
anyone-
design is.
Yeah,
I don't think any of his movies are that iconic.
He kills.
Yeah. It's got a machete and a fun little hockey mug. I think Jason Takes Manhattan. That's iconic.
That does sound really fun.
That is iconic.
That is pretty cool. I guess he's just the slasher guy. It feels like when your mum's like, "What's that? Turn off that Nintendo." Sort of. They're still saying that, right? Turn off that slasher film, that Jason flick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I don't really know what makes a Friday the 13th film. I can tell you what makes a good Elm Street film, but I don't think because there's ever been a particularly good Friday the 13th film, you can't be other than it's at camp and they just get slashed to bits.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he's not even really the original killer. So it's what is he?
Just a guy having
He's
a bit
just
of
a
fun.
guy having a bit of fun.
You know, and I guess this really is a matchup that Alien vs. Predator felt a lot more like, you know, who would win? Whereas this feels a bit surreal. Like, one's different.
It feels sexually charged for sure.
Okay, great.
Like, as a
I didn't
concept.
float that, but you know what? Now I'm going to jump into
Freddy versus Jason? You're telling me that's not like a bit of a romp? You know?
You keep swapping around. Is it a hot porno or is it just a romp?
It's a bit of both.
Wow, that's
and that's what makes a great film. I looked this up though. It had a $30 million budget and like it made over $100 million. So people must have been excited about the two of them sharing the screen together.
I guess before, like, I don't know, the internet, people had to be like, I need a producer to make this for me. And like, yeah, a lot of people were into it.
Throwing the two together, the fact that I can't remember a single thing about them.
Again, really bodes really well for this episode.
It definitely makes you think, wow, this movie couldn't wring a single interesting or iconic moment out of the film.
Tight.
So that's going to be fun. In what is like the big iconic clash of two big villains in horror.
Has any of these ever really worked? These clashes, these verses? Batman v Superman was, and I think honestly that title, that intrigue is never like realized. It's never just them fighting for 2 hours.
Yeah. I think anyone wants that.
No.
I think people liked that Avengers one wasn't called like the two of them fighting.
Yes.
Otherwise people would be like, this sucks. Because it's like something else, you're like, that's fine. They're fighting it.
The Civil War, they're just, they're chatting.
Yeah,
you know?
they're alluding. They're like, oh, this alludes to a fight. People love illusion.
That's the big thing about film, it's visual.
Who do you think this is going to be for? Who would watch this?
I guess that little rambunctious gang that's been terrorizing the streets, the Elm Street boys.
Like the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. They're a menace, and they've killed already.
That's a good pick. I think the Hardy Boys versus Freddy Krueger would actually have a lot of people come out and watch it. A lot of people.
And then I feel like the Eagle Boys, just in general, that pizzeria.
Yeah,
that niche pizzeria.
Yeah. Do you want to try and explain it to any of our international listeners? Considering this is
large
UK listenership.
No, I don't think the UK. I think they. Here's the thing: you got to try and. I'm not going to hold your hand on this Eagle Boys bit.
Look up our life, huh? If you want to find where Eagle Boys is located up and down the coast from, I don't know, early 2000s, you'll find out where we lived.
Exactly. It's pretty nice. I lived above the third one, so there you go. So I guess that fan base, Carl, who would watch Freddy vs. Jason?
I think it's going to be for people that love horror.
Look, and this is the good thing about the podcast. You're not getting this anywhere else.
No, it is really what's fantastic is like, obviously we sit down with notes, but the last week's segment's always fucking thrown.
Yeah. And the premise of the episode. I don't want to do it.
It is funny with these versus movies.
I don't know. I don't know, Carl. And I haven't seen the movie yet.
I don't want to find out. I don't want to stick around either. I think with these movies, though, is you can tell what the purpose is because they were produced for a reason, and that is people thought it would be cool to see Freddy versus Jason.
Totally. People who wrote into magazines.
Yes, that's right. They would have been like, it'll be great to see like Jason in a dream, or see Freddy Krueger at a lake. Like
the teens were demanding it. They picket fence. They picket fence Warner Brothers. They were like, I need to see him by a lakeside.
In my mind, because I'm just sort of riffing.
That's where Freddy lives. That's where Freddy lives.
But I don't know if there's actually anything more in this film than what I don't know what cool crossover there could be, other than being like they're both in a dream.
God, I mean, lucky us. We get to watch it though.
Yeah, definitively, it's for people that like dreams. And I had a dream.
Oh, nope. Carl, it's been a riveting week. What do we think about the deck?
Redo it. I was picking my face. I was like...
Sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to look thin for the camera.
Yeah,
I was like, give me 40 minutes.
Record it though. It's good content. Make the good shorts.
The people will want to see it. I get this in my DMs all the time on Instagram.
50 a day. Puke on me on video. Come on.
Speaking of DMs, we have listened to the listeners and now watchers.
Yes.
Who told us we needed to step up our visual game.
Totally,
which is why we've added our plant.
It's been a big week in terms of plant buying.
For sure.
Yeah, things are going pretty well.
Especially when we realized I just can bring one.
You could just bring one, which was nice in terms of, I guess, budget-wise.
Yeah.
Considering it's a zero.
Yep, for sure. So, and as you can see, our studio's gotten smaller since we moved to. So squeezing this big of a plant between the two of us.
It's also, I've just checked the camera, it wasn't tall enough. So really, but here's the thing.
We want a palm. I don't want to be able to see you.
It's got to grow with us, you know? Isn't that powerful?
I know, and honestly, frankly, between the three of us, it is indeed dying. I'm in a north-facing apartment. It is not getting the sun it deserves or requires.
No.
And I've underwatered it this week.
No, but look, that's the thing.
And there's a yellow leaf on it too down the bottom. Is that cut out on the camera? I don't want people to think I'm a bad leaf lover.
I would segregate that leaf, just personally. That's just my opinion on bad leaves, you know? It's like a bad apple.
Once this happens, we may begin.
Okay, huge.
We may begin.
I'm glad we can start.
Probably could have saved this.
Just eat that.
That's good improv. Do an action with it. Get it out of here.
Carl, it's Freddy vs. Jason. Wow. As a first-time experience, never having anything with this franchise, pretty blown away.
Yeah, you loved it?
Yeah.
T to B?
T to B.
What do you think, in terms of, look, last week I said I didn't think anything iconic came out of the movie.
Yes. How do you feel about that? Ridiculous statement.
Well, I've got to tell you right now, I think Kelly Rowland should be iconic for sure. She is a confrontation with Freddy that had my jaw on the floor, and that should be making the rounds on the internet. People should be talking about that all the time. She should be asked about that in every interview.
Every interview. She's like, none of this. Here's the thing, Beyonce, she's out the window because Kelly's on this. God, wowee.
Kelly was like, "Oh, Pink Panther. Guess what I'm able to do."
I thought we were doing like a Pink Panthers joke. I forgot Miss Beyonce was in Pink Panther.
She was indeed the co-lead to Steve Martin.
Oh God, it was just a good time to be in Destiny's Child in 2004.
I miss it. It's like if, they got Billie Eilish in a broad comedy. It's like if Billie Eilish was in Stop That Train or something,
I think Billie Eilish is a bit more established. It would be like a Pink Pantherist, like sort of an up-and-comer.
Yeah. They're like, you need to pretend to be in love with this now out-of-date comedian. It's Chevy Chase and Pink Pantherist solve a crime.
Look, it would do well though, wouldn't it?
I'd buy a ticket for sure. Now I've heard the pitch. I'd buy a ticket.
But yeah, no, Carl, it's a pretty interesting premise.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
I really like the fact that Freddy vs. Jason, they waste no time. We get an immediately... I think they do fumble the ball by showing you better shots and kills and practical effects from all the other Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah, that's a bit
at the beginning.
It's a bit of a, but for me personally, it almost like they thought that no one would have come to this that hadn't seen everything. So for me, I'm like, wow, here's the franchise.
I was watching it and going, this is good for Oscar.
I was like,
this is really good for Oscar.
So that's what his whole thing is about. You know? It's good. It's quick.
I still think it was a rough choice to go, let's show them some of like the best kills in the franchise. So you go, oh, I wonder what they're going to show you in this, and it's like a CGI slug hitting a bong.
Yeah,
it's a
no, hang on, that's and again, I haven't seen the other films or any other kill, but for me, it's one of my personal favorites of the franchise.
Well, you probably don't realize this, but this bong hitting slug, huge character, more fleshed out than Freddy.
I'm glad because he deserves the world.
Yeah,
it's. I couldn't tell if it was bad CGI or a beautiful creation.
I think it might be a beautiful creation.
Good. I'm glad.
I know that James Cameron based The Abyss on this slug.
Yeah, no. And he's a stealer.
Yeah, he is.
And it's this.
Do you reckon that was, at the time, one of the worst uses of CGI?
What, this slug?
Well, just... CGI's in its uptake. You probably got a lot of like big directors being like, I'm using it for this and I'm using it for this. And then like, I don't know, whoever shot this, like... came in and was like, well, it's going to be a slug. He's going to crawl in. He's going to hit the bong. And then he's going to leave the scene without having done anything.
He jumped in the mouth. Do you remember that?
That was later.
Okay, damn. Okay, yeah, it's huge. Carl, before we get into the slug hole thing, Actually, we could also just talk about the fact that you are right. It does show all the kills from the last couple of movies.
They catch you up pretty quick.
Yep.
Do you feel like you got all of the lore that you needed?
I got the gist. I guess I got all the lore I needed. I would like to almost clarify. Now, Freddy needs to be remembered to be in a dream. That's how he gets his power. Is that how? Because that's... again, I'm just a little virgin when it comes to Freddy.
I think he needs fear.
Gotcha.
I don't
A la Monsters, Inc.? You know, or humor. Could he pivot to humor?
So I think the reason they're doing this opening is, and I'm going out on a limb, and hey, a better podcast would have looked it up, but I didn't think to.
And yet no podcast has, so I guess we have...
and that's why you're all here.
Yeah.
That's why you've come to the bottom of the barrel of podcasts, because you've gone, nobody else is doing it.
It's nice we live like in a ecosystem that if anything better comes along, we're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, somebody could take our premise.
But you give me the rough... What you think maybe might happen.
Well, I think... Yeah, I think potentially Freddy got killed at the end of like the 9th film, and they were like, and that'll be the last one, like the final nightmare or something like that. And so this opening's only there because they've had to unkill him.
Gotcha.
From their linear plot.
Because he's in hell right now, and his whole thing is that, okay, I'm in hell, but I think if anyone remembers me, I could probably use that as like a tether.
Yeah.
And then I could probably use that to sort of, jumpstart me back in.
And so his plot is to get Jason to be resurrected.
Now, Jason, if I'm not correct, he can't die. That's his whole thing.
Yes.
But he's popping in hell. I assume he's got to like recharge like a...
He's having a good time.
He's
having a good time.
Yeah, hell's chill.
Yeah, hell is chill.
So he's like, okay, I need someone to come back. I know Jason can come back. So I'll be like, hey, Jason, I'm going to use you to almost, again, jumpstart, sort of spread a rumor that it was me. And that way people will be like, Freddy? Who was Freddy?
Yeah, a very violent crime on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Somebody must have done that.
Yeah, and they go...
This has happened 8 times before. Who is it?
It's kind of like the game, once you say it, then you lose. So I think that's sort of what he wants. Because then the cops go, it's probably, nope, don't say his name. If you say his name, then he gets his power.
Yeah.
So I think that's what his whole thing is. And then Jason's just like, I think he gets tricked. That's not, and it is nice that both Alien vs Predator, there's one that is almost like a very cunning genius, and one that is almost an animal. And both the animals I really like. I just like, the Predator and Jason. I felt a maternal instinct.
Well, so this is the thing with Predator and Jason is now I think that we've had our 2 brackets. They need to face off.
Yes.
Because Jason's the winner of this one.
I think so. Yeah.
We had Predator win the last one.
Yeah.
So now it's time for these 2 to take it on.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, have you ever seen I think the best Friday the 13th film is Jason X. Do you know Jason X?
That's the one that comes up just after this, right? Like 2005-ish?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Jason X is the one in space.
Oh, hectic. There's 9 Elm Streets and there's 13 Friday the 13th, or maybe there's 14.
13 of them.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's crazy. I've not seen the space one. What's the space one?
Jason's in space.
That's good.
It's on a spaceship. He gets frozen. He's up there.
Sort of like The Thing, and like up in space.
Yeah, it's like kind of. I remember wishing it was better, but there's some really campy, silly deaths in it.
Great.
Him just using weird technology to get people killed. It's really good. When things were flying off the rails, that's when they were at their best.
Great. Cool.
And I think this is the beginning of stuff flying off the rails.
Which I'm happy for, because I feel like it starts with them doing like the very cliche slasher things, which honestly, I'm kind of happy to see. It feels funny to see, like, I'm sure in 2003 this was like hacky, a bit done, but now we've kind of like, it's far enough away. This is just like a fun, nostalgic romp,
Yeah, because slashers aren't really doing this anymore.
Yeah.
So now you're like, this is cute.
This is fun.
I liked because they also pull the wool over your eyes. I don't know if you didn't see this coming, but when they reveal it's Jason's dream we're in, I was like,
yeah. I because here's my thing. I got tricked because I imagine being like, I'm not gonna, I think I wrote down, I'm not gonna fall for this dream shit.
I was like, this is dull.
Yeah.
Why would they do this? What a weak opening. And then they were like, Freddy's behind it all. It's like, oh shit, I'm in.
But yeah, no, Jason is tricked and be like, hey, go kill some guys in Elm Street. I'll take the cred. And then we get introduced to our pals.
Yeah, so nothing upset me more than finding out these were the leads.
Oofed, pretty tough.
It was a tough
Kelly Rowland really does, I think, bring a lot of ratata. I don't think that's even just the Rowland experience. I think that's because Kelly is a great, powerful...
Telling you right now, she's a star. She's a star, and I think we threw our fame behind the wrong child.
Many people have been saying that. Beyonce has really no acting chops, but Kelly really comes with a bit of rat-ta-ta.
Kelly's in here just doing... Oh, I don't know, the bare minimum, and it's just really working.
It's the bare minimum, and yet still the wrong direction. But that's still working for the film, you know.
I think it's tough because she doesn't have any good scene partners. So when she's finally facing off against Freddy and Robert England's there having it up, she's like, "Oh shit, I'll get in on this. I'll have some fun. Yes, let's do this."
Because we get Kelly. She's our sort of like our fun friend. We've got the
honestly, should be the lead.
Yeah,
she should be the lead.
The Drip, who they've got like as the lead, is I guess like what the slasher
the final girl.
The final girl.
And I mean, it annoyed me she was called Laurie, which I think they've done as an homage to Halloween. But I was like, just any other name, any other name.
Mildred was right there. You know?
Where are our Millies at, huh?
No, Mildred, full name. I want.
No snaz. What about Mildew?
Shut the fuck. Oh, you're infuriating today.
Well, you had a bad idea and I made it better. Sorry.
Lose the rid. Okay, so we got.
I don't know why.
We've got. Now I don't know what her name was, but she was kind of the cool drunk girl with the hat. She wore her hat quite a bit. I don't know
the one
that
got killed in the corn.
In the corn, yes.
Yeah, I loved her. She's from
She felt like she was from a
Ginger
lot of stuff.
Snaps.
Yeah, cool.
She's really good in
Just
Ginger
the cookie?
Snaps. Yeah,
Good.
just the cookie.
That's good stuff. Yeah, that's nice.
I was like, that again, international audience. Them being like, the Eagle Boys and now Ginger Snaps. Flip their laptop.
I don't know what cuisine they're talking about.
What could it possibly be? A biscuit?
Yeah,
a cookie?
I gotta tell you, also picked dreadful cuisines. You know.
Yeah.
We have not really showed off our good stuff.
You've never had an Eagle Boys followed by the best ginger snap dunked in tea.
Oh, dunked in tea.
That's the Australian dream.
But yeah, no. So we've got our final girl. We've got Kelly Rowland. We've got cool drug hat girl.
Yeah.
And then we have two boys that love to, I guess, abuse. They're pretty. They're not great.
We have our three lead women are all hanging out. They're having a great girls' night.
Yeah.
You go, now these three work.
Yeah.
This is a great trilogy of characters. This is the Harry Potter of our generation.
Yeah.
This goes to show you can just get three Hermiones and people will be fine.
That's what I've been saying.
But then these two losers walk in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was hoping all five of them would get killed off, and this would be like the big opening kill. So when it turned out this is the inciting incident of the movie, devastated.
It's devastating.
Devastating.
However, I will say it is nice that we get rid of the two boys and are replaced with new boys.
Yeah.
Because these boys, I mean, even though they're classic, like, come on, let me touch your peen, let me touch your breasts. I'm real
They
drunk.
come in so horny.
So horny and so aggressive.
Two of the horniest boys you know just entered the villa.
And he goes like, hey, you stink of cigarettes. Like, what are you doing here?
They're so good. Early 90s and 2000s movies were so good at setting up dickheads, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were so good at it. His first line is, you smell of cigarettes, get out of my face.
Come upstairs, I'm going to fuck you raw. And she's like, sorry, guys, what am I meant to say?
I'm sorry I was about to drive home drunk, but now I will go upstairs and get fucked raw. And we'll leave the door open in the middle of this power outage for everyone to hear.
It's hot. It is, yeah, I guess, I mean, like, good for society. We've moved past someone being able to openly say, like, get up there, I'm gonna, but it's hard to set up a douche now, you gotta be more subtle with it, they gotta be like, forceful in a uncomfortable way.
Yeah, I really liked that. If you were still unsure and you were like, you know what, I don't like when people smell of cigarettes either, so I'm on this guy's side. When they finish having sex and he's like, I hate being touched after we've done it. I was like, okay, so there's just, what is this?
It didn't seem like it seemed like she was a lesbian and he was gay. Thoughts? She was wearing a cool hat, which, most lesbians wear. And the guy was just like, I don't want you to touch me.
Yeah. It's definitely two people not in love.
Yeah.
And
you hate to see that in a teen romance. A teen slasher.
Well, everybody's lovesick. They're like, hey, Laurie, your old sling from when you were 13, how he ran off and went missing.
Yep.
And you go, yeah. And she's like, and I've never had love since. And you're like, how old are you all meant to be?
I don't know. Were we thinking like 17, 18?
Thinking 17, 18, but there's some clear 40-year-olds at the school. We'll point them out later. But the ones where I was like, what is that teacher doing here? Oh, no.
Oh, God. She's like, hey,
student.
Hey, Mildred. You're like, Jesus. But yeah.
I'm trying to blend in, kids. What did we think of JFK's death?
But no, we do get the boy dies. I do find it funny that everyone's like, damn, this is the inciting incident. Then his friend
immediately goes home and dies.
And then dies, and then Jason also kills the dad.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird, because at school the next day, they're like, I can't believe Brad died. Oh, and the other guy.
Well, they get to school, and it's like a whole plot has occurred that we've missed, and they're like, can you believe it? It turned out that other guy killed our friend, and then his dad, and then himself last night, in a nice, neat little blot.
Yeah.
You go, wow, that's bad police work.
Dreadful police work. We do realize that the police are kind of trying to cover this up, but it almost feels like...
It's classic small-town politics.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised.
They always get bogged
all.
down with a murder-suicide and try and spin it away from this, supernatural.
Every time.
It's classic small-town bullshit.
Oh,
that's
I'm
why
sick of it.
No, that's what I'm saying, That all abandoned nuclear power plants, been running amok, We also live in a small town, and this shit does not stop. And quite frankly, the mayor's not doing anything
and
to
I,
stop it.
too, am the local cop. And I haven't been lifting a finger. I mostly sit behind my desk, and when people walk in, I put the evidence in my drawer. Just scurry it away. Yeah, what did you come in here about?
Okay, so at the moment, Jason's like, great, I'm killing. The kills are stabby. They're fine.
I really like the bed one, which is our first one.
Yep.
I really liked the boy being snapped in half with the bed.
Yep.
So I thought that was a fun visual element.
Yep.
I did also really like, because we also have our first proper Freddy Krueger dream, and he has a weird, funky shadow, sort of from like Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
That comes to life. And my favorite thing that Freddy Krueger does, that I don't believe he does in any of his other movies, but I could absolutely be wrong, he does a lot of to-camera work, does a lot of audience work in this film. A lot of him going, I'm not strong enough yet. Jason's going to have to do some more work up top before I can get out of this dream.
It's good stuff. I feel like I'm really in love with this Freddy. He feels very meta Jim Carrey.
Yeah. There is something that I think the movie does a great job of, and they say, we know these are two iconic villains. We know they're both in the same film, but to us, they're both losers.
Yeah.
They're both really, really fucking lame losers.
Yeah. Jason's got way too many parental issues.
Yeah.
And Freddy's just sort of a bit theatric.
I
theatric.
thought he was kind of pathetic.
Whoa.
If I'm being honest.
Whoa. His
Thought he wanted it too much.
I mean, his whole plot is like, remember me? It's like, bother.
It was like, two has-beens fight it out to see who's more popular.
They fight for scraps and a cameo subscription. You're like, oh no, goodness.
Really sad. It's like it's like getting all the people from like those David Dobrik videos together, and they're like, one of them's gonna win, and you're like, yeah, but at what cost?
Yeah, their dignity. They didn't have any left. Oh God. But yeah, no. So Freddy goes, He does a big shadow. He's like, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna let Jason have some fun.
Did I get you? And the guy's like, no. And he's like, all right, well, Jason can get you.
Jason's
always around the corner.
Yeah.
I loved that. Now, were you thinking, because I really liked that the movie, in comparison to Aliens versus Predator, did give us both of them very quickly. They were like, let's get them both working together and into the movie very
doing
fast.
their thing. I feel like we get a nice spattering of dreams, and then Jason just kind of getting the kill.
I had forgotten that there would be an actual plot as to why they would either be working together or versing each other.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I thought we were going into a very lazy movie where they just said they're both of their movies are happening at the same time.
No, but I like that almost Freddy is using Jason as like a tool, and then it's gotten out of hand.
Yes.
And now he's like, you're stealing my thunder, and the thunder actually is pivotal because if people think it's not him, he does not get the power.
That's why I thought Freddy was pathetic.
Yeah.
I was like, Freddy, you're lame.
Yeah.
People like Jason more now. Get over it.
He's the new TikTok. He's on TikTok now, He's freaking blowing up.
He's way more trendy. He's going out to the cornfields. He's going different places. All you do is Elm Street anymore.
It's tacky.
Yeah.
It's tacky. I was a little confused. I did have to go stop the film at this point and then watch an entire recap of Freddy Krueger's timeline and then Jason's timeline, because two characters were introduced in a mental asylum and were like, Freddy's back. And I went, is this for this movie or is this an established canon?
And what was it?
It was not.
Yeah,
These two are new.
Yeah, they're just for this movie,
yes,
right?
Yeah. So I was egg on my face.
I thought they would be. I was like, there's no way anybody's paying enough attention for them to get anyone back.
Well, I just
Nobody
thought
ever survives.
No, as I was gonna say, I'm like 2 guys left in a mental asylum and living pretty chill lives.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel like they've maybe done this. Dream Warriors, I think, is like the best Elm Street film in my opinion.
Where's that? Which number is that?
I think it's the 3rd or 4th. It's on set in an asylum.
Yeah,
so it's
cool.
everyone that's sort of been like tortured by him, and he comes back and starts killing them all off.
Fun.
It has the one from the opening scene when they jump off the building. I don't know
I
if you
think
saw
I
they
have
get
that.
taken out. It's a really good death.
Great.
Anyway, but so I think they've decided to set this here because they know people liked that one, and they were like, let's do another familiar setting.
I love that just like people love the asylum location.
Yes.
And that's enough.
Yeah.
Sure, that's enough. But we get these 2 new guys. They're our new boys.
Yeah.
Great. Already a big improvement.
Yeah, and then what's good is after they establish these 2 new boys, they go and establish another 2 new boys as well.
I was a little confused at what are because I was like, right, the 5 are back. I'm like, well, it's more of a loose 7.
Yeah.
Because we've also got Stoner and Nerd.
Yeah, it's a really revolving door of leads. They were like, we can't have the leads last too long.
No, well, because I guess they have 2 big villains. Like we kind of just like killing these guys.
We need more and more deaths, snapping it up. Our 2 leads are at a mental institution because they've seen Freddy Krueger before.
Yes.
And I think they didn't want them spilling out secrets about Freddy, right?
Yeah.
So that Freddy can go away. So they tuck them.
Yeah.
both
So again, they are now establishing if collectively all kids forget Freddy, he has no power.
Yeah.
So the town has essentially drugged a bunch of children until I assume they're 18, and then they are free to go nuts.
I thought, while cruel, very smart move by the town.
Yeah, look, it's a small town politics, but it's the only time you can do small town. You know,
I reckon
a medium town wouldn't live for this stuff. You know,
absolutely not. But you can get away with this in a small town.
Yeah, of course.
It was on
drugging every child with dream-resistant pills and then locking them away.
It's so insanely smart to do.
Yeah.
They're just like one of those things you go, I think this town's really on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice they've quarantined immediately.
I think had the dad told them what the plan was from the beginning, Laurie would have been like, oh yeah, fair enough.
Checks out.
You said there was a serial killer that attacks you through dreams, and this is our only way to protect ourselves. You'd go, fair enough.
Yeah, we should establish Laurie's dad is almost a red herring for just sort of he might be a
villain. But he's not, right?
No, he's not. He's drugging children for the greater good. I don't know why, but like maybe he killed the mother. I think that's the red herring.
But I think he killed the mom because she was having a.
No, they just say Freddy did that.
No, they do say Freddy did that.
Freddy just did that.
Did they? Oh, okay. Well then, yeah.
Which confused me.
Yeah. So I don't know. So is he just a cool guy? Because at one stage, he's like,
drugging kids, all the best too.
Well, at one stage he's like, have a nap, and we'll take care of it tomorrow. And she's like, I'm not going to take the drugs. And he's like, have a nap, and we'll talk about it in the morning. Take the pills, and we'll talk about it in the morning.
Even though they don't give you any dreams, they give you a great high. And I gotta tell you, the dad was just being cool.
Well, he should have sold it on the high.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, you want to have some euphoria, and then we'll talk about it in the morning. And she would have been like, okay.
Yeah, this entire group of kids like, oh yeah, we all did the drugs. We do it every day. It's a great high.
Yeah,
it's like a Nang, but for dreams.
Absolutely. He was also like, they're not free, by the way. Like he's like, I'm giving them to me. You gotta pay me back the top.
Freddy's just like, great. I'm now out of cash, and quite frankly, they can't even kill anybody.
And you think I afford this house? I am
Freddy in his dreams. Like he's like, I'm actually it's tough times. You know, you can't even think. He's still bound by the economy.
What? I'm not gonna take the drugs in this economy. What are you, crazy?
Yeah, no. Whenever the economy gets bad, everyone goes, well, drugs the first thing to go. Putting down the meth, and I'm gonna start eating rice and beans. That's me.
So we have the 2 boys at the mental hospital.
Yeah.
And is that the correct term to use? You allowed to say
that? I think insane asylum. So using maybe the loony bin.
Yeah,
I believe
the 2 boys from the loony bin break out with ease, which I loved. They were like, "We've been trying to get out of here for years. Tonight, let's do it." And then they just absolutely race out of there.
They walk out the front door. They're like, "Yeah, just keep taking the pills. You're good."
Yeah.
I think
they were like, "What did you do to get out of here?" I took the keys.
Big chain, big hoop.
I cut them off the dog.
But yeah, they walk out with ease. They find these 3 girls, and then like
they do the smartest thing ever, which is they 1, change clothes, 2, go to school like nothing's happened.
They blend in so quickly. Laurie's also our protagonist is like, man, I'm kind of just like mourning my dicky boyfriend, and the loony bin guy is just like, hey, so you're fucked.
Yeah.
Freddy's in your mind, gonna kill you. Nightmare. And she's like, oh, this is a lot. And she's like, don't worry, we're best friends now. I'm also 28.
I'm so old and you're about to get a caffeine addiction. Heads up, that's the word. You'll wish you were dead. You'll wish you were dead.
Kelly Rowland's like, get away from him, honey. She's like, no, we're the 5 now. This
her
works.
old boyfriend walks in and is like, stop scaring her. Like, it feels like it was organized to do it that way, but I don't know why these two boys would go, we should approach her good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Insane man, non-insane man.
But then, unfortunately, the nerd is definitely the worst part of this whole thing. Nerd's like, well, are you okay? And it's like, get off her pussy.
This nerd was a great addition of a character. I thought, so this nerd has a stoner friend as well.
Yeah.
In addition to
who's called Reefer. I looked that up. I
yeah,
thought that was fun.
see, that's a great name.
It's just clever.
We also get 2 other boys who, in my opinion, are the 40-year-olds, and they're our, like, town drunks.
Town drunks. One looks like Bobby Mordahan.
Yes, I thought,
I couldn't believe it. And they're hosting a party. Now, again, it's such an American thing. They're just handing out flyers to everyone in the school.
Yep.
Hey, come hang in the cornfield.
Yeah.
How
We've made a circle.
Yeah.
We've made a circle. Come join.
We're planning on creating a little circle. BYO drinks. So again, there's nothing that's being supplied, but just we will be in the corn circle. Now, why does this happen in America still?
Yeah, they're constantly having a corn circle.
Yeah,
that's what they think. Was it crop cycles?
Crop circle. Yeah, it's just drunk teens. You know,
it's they go, oh, the aliens have attacked again, and all the teenagers are like.
But I guess, how do you not get like riffraff coming to your party? Because wouldn't you want popular kids coming to this? We're just handing out posters willy-nilly.
But yeah, but you need to bully while you're there.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, so there still is sort of school rules, and that way the bullies, the bullied would not come.
I don't think it matters who rocks up to your party, but your party still has to have
the social hierarchy.
Still has a social hierarchy. Because
God.
as soon as the nerd rocks up, he's bullied.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, thank God, because we were going to turn on each other.
Yeah.
You have to
You're
bully
always
going to
have a victim,
Yeah.
otherwise, a scapegoat, otherwise just pandemonium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's really smart. I think these 2 drunks know how to manage a party.
They do.
I thought this was a good-looking party. Would I attend? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you were the right age. I think you're young almost. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
you need to be 43.
They would have come in, they'd be like, look at this young buck just coming in off of the streets.
They'd be way cruel than that. They were way cruel in this. But no,
I'd probably get a wedgie. They'd be like, look at this young buck nerd. I bet he's got underwear we can pull.
Tidy whities. God, it's disgusting.
I'd
Americans
be like,
wear that.
No, please.
Do they sell?
My mom bought me these. My name's on them.
Now, cornfield. Jason's there.
Yep.
We get the two big bullies, and we also get Hat Girl from earlier. Hat Girl's murdered first.
Yeah, she's murdered first, and then we also have the real villain of the movie, who I think is Glow Stick Guy.
Yeah,
I thought that was out of a left field.
That was out of a cornfield. That's what it was.
It was out of a cornfield.
So essentially, Hat Girl has been knocked unconscious.
Yeah,
and then Glow Stick Guy essentially tries to assault her.
Yeah,
pretty aggressive.
And
even Freddy's like, I'm doing some bad things in your dreams, but you should probably get out because there is a horrid man.
Jason makes the smart move and is like, I'm just going to end this scene. Kills both of them.
Which, honestly, a 1 point for Jason. I'm kind of thinking, so far, he's only killed 2 assault. Look, he's
only killing villains.
He's
so
3 for
far.
4. He's 3 for 4. The woman should not deserve to kill. Other than that, everyone else should be killed.
Here's the thing with Jason, though. There's always collateral damage.
Yeah.
But if you looked at his pattern so far, even with him accidentally killing that girl, I think you could still make a claim for vigilante.
I think 4 guys who have been sort of vaguely rapists, and one victim.
They've all got the ick.
Yeah.
And there's one innocent that's died.
He's kind of on the trolley problem, but he's just killed all 5. You know.
Yeah.
So that's on him.
So in the end, he's actually made, and that's what's good about Jason. He's ethical.
Yeah.
He makes smart, ethical decisions.
Totally.
Freddy, never.
Nah.
He's not.
Freddy was in the girl when she was doing. Again, that's not on. Not on.
But Freddy's disappointment here is Jason gets the kill, so
Yeah.
Freddy can't come into fruition.
Yes.
And that means that they now hate each other.
Yeah. It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
I think we have the big scene. I thought this was fun with all the fire.
I thought, yeah,
was
so
really
Jason's
fun with the fire.
is on fire, and he's walking through the cornfield trying to kill the party bros. And I just quite like the cornfield being on fire as he walks through very slowly.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
You could also tell he couldn't move fast because of all the padding for the stunt guy. So they were like, you have to be so slow and controlled with your fire.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay.
Okay. It's quite a fun, menacing look of just a slow fire walking through the cornfield.
Yeah, it was cool. I like
But it
the
is a
look.
safety. Yeah, it's like... It's also like a cropped out, like, no fire can go out of this cornfield.
It was, not only do they set the cornfield on fire, a massive massacre occurs where maybe 20 people die.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Jason does lose his ethical claim pretty quickly. He does mainly go for the vulnerable. Yeah.
Yes, I do feel, unfortunately, it was like four bad people and then like 40 good people.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a bummer. But
we
I
don't-
think you'd still make a claim he's a vigilante.
Yeah, so far I'm still on his side.
So far, I'm like, this guy just hates underage drinking.
Yeah,
And there ain't nothing
there
wrong
you
with
go.
that.
And there you go. He's laying down the law and he's doing it at any cost.
You can't not tell me this ain't a good guy.
Look, in a small town, I just think some of these teens should be killed.
Well, the police aren't doing anything about it. They're
No.
covering up. They must have gotten to this crime scene and been like, I don't know what we're going to tell people. This is half the farm's on fire. There's so many dead here. A shit ton of witnesses. So many witnesses. What are we going to fucking do about covering this up?
So, small town, but like, guy, this is most of the town.
Yeah.
This is most of our generation.
Yeah.
We're done. This
Just
is alpha. We're
Going
done.
to your partner just being like, I don't know what we're going to do. Gossip's going to unravel us.
Isn't that so good that he must be like, Freddy's gonna be chatting about for weeks. We were trying to be cool and stated, but
Pack your bags. Just go. The smart thing to do is run now. There's nothing we could do. Free all of the
won't
dream
he follow
people.
you? Like, I don't give a shit. Fuck it. He's gonna be in our dreams.
Yeah.
He gets spread essentially. He's just he's a nasty little secret.
Like, I feel bad. I drugged all of those teenagers for nothing. So many lives we tried to save.
Him just going down to his basement and just seeing rows of children on a coma. It's just like, well, just kill them all now.
Pull the plug on them all. Useless. Just wake them up even, and we'll just let them dream about him too. Fuck it.
It's a tough life being a cop.
It's a tough life being
And
a small town cop.
But yeah, no, things are pretty hectic. Freddy's pretty strong now. Freddy's
Yeah.
got some. Freddy's pissed. Sorry, Freddy's pissed.
Yeah, Freddy's definitely upset about the situation, and he's going, I'm going to have to take on Jason myself.
Yes.
So we now have our ragtag group, which is Kelly Rowland,
Yep.
Laurie,
Yep.
the nerd,
Yep.
the stoner,
Yep.
and the insane man.
The two insane boys.
Yes. Now they go and check. You know what I think is crazy after this is they then go and drop Kelly Rowland home, and they're just like, "We'll call you later." You go, stick together. This doesn't feel. What's at home for her?
Here's the thing: Kelly Rowland was giving a lot that I didn't mind. I didn't mind a bit of alone time with Kelly. I felt like she was blending in the background. I'm glad she had. You know what? I'm taking the scene.
Well, so the frustrating thing for me is they're like, we're going to drop off Kelly, and she's going to do her own thing. We're not going to see it. And I was like, follow her.
Yeah.
Let's follow her plot. I bet
It's
she's
unfortunate.
love to find out what happens. Does that character get a nose job?
That was fun, wasn't it? Anyway, essentially, our team was like, okay, we now know there's a drug.
Yep.
We've got to drug ourselves. And they go, okay, who do we want to kill first? Jason or Freddy? I think they decided Jason's probably the best one it gets, and then we'll deal with Freddy.
Yeah, so they go... At this point, they've left the other insane asylum guy at a home?
Yes.
Whose home is he at?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't know.
Anyway, and so just in case it wasn't clear what was going on, Freddy's like, I'm going to burn Freddy's back into this guy's back. So the cops are very aware that I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. And at this point, the cops are being like, that's just a great story.
Yeah.
That does really well.
I-
And newspaper articles, taking a picture of that, you go, it's fucked.
I love the one cop that came in, looked at the crime scene, and he was like, I've cracked the case. And they're sitting around, and he's like, what happened? I think Freddy's resurrected Jason and has brought him back to create so he can come back to fruition. And everybody's like, that does check out.
It's funny.
It's quite a leap to make.
It's a leap to make, but it is the 10th of this film. So at this point, this is a routine. Freddy's back, and he's probably conjured the dead of another IP.
Yeah.
Classic stuff. I just think, it's a 405. Let's just hunker down
The
and
cop's
try.
like, I think what's happened here is they don't think Freddy has what it takes anymore to sell his own film, and he knows he needs some IP backup.
Yeah.
And we think potentially he would have gone to the well for Jason.
Probably a similar 80s, 70s sort of iconic class.
Yeah. I've just talked to Halloween. They said he's not up.
Yeah.
They said he's getting his own reboot. They said he's got his own clout.
Yeah.
He said he doesn't need to be a part of it. Same with Ghostface.
Now is Jamie Lee Curtis in Friday the 13th, or she's in Halloween?
Yeah, she's the Halloween franchise.
I feel like, is she not also in Friday the 13th? Is she not in?
I don't think so. Kevin Bacon's the big one in Friday the 13th.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Him in Footloose as well. Good for him.
Yeah. He had a great 80s.
He had great 80s, and I feel like maybe that meme of like everyone knows a Kevin Bacon. I think that just did his good career. And
they were like, you've got to cast him in something, otherwise how will people play the game? If you want people to remember our movie, it needs to be coming up in the Kevin Bacon game.
Precisely. Now, at this point, is it a Freddy v. Jason? My God. It was pretty, I felt like we got more out of this than the Predator-verse Alien.
I think this is an odd film because it's two horror movies, and yet they decide that there may be an action comedy in the middle. And I thought that was while I enjoyed the tonal change, it was odd. It was very odd.
I get why people may have been furious at the time. Look, fairs. Dare I say, how else would you present this? He's in a dream, and it's all ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
So when Freddy goes into Jason's dream, and they're in like the steam room, whatever the steam vibe, and they sort of just fight it out. Him being ping ponged around, the pinball machine sound effect works. I know some people might get up in arms and go, "That's not very scary."
No, it works. It got the biggest belly laugh out of me, and I was like, "Wow, this is such a." I would love to know if this was intended or if the editor was like, "Look at what I just did. Look at what I just fucking did. Tell me you don't want to put this in the film."
It feels that though, doesn't it? You just feel fuck it. It's not scary. Let's make it funny.
But I mean, has the movie been scary at all? Like, I think at the beginning they were trying.
It's got a slasher thing. This is ridiculous. Like, what is this? Like, it's two of the strongest people who can't die.
It's so Looney Tunesy.
Well, because it has to be. Essentially, it's Bugs Bunny versus
It was also
Daffy.
crazy to see, like, Freddy be like, I've got telekinesis in here. Like, I'll just throw you around. You're like, okay. Usually he does more fun things, but I guess it's that now.
Yeah, I guess he's like, look, it's cheaper than, doing it some CGI. You know?
And they were like, Jason's afraid of water. And I was like, oh, that's so fucking lame.
Well, he's afraid of water, and Freddy's afraid of fire.
Yeah.
Doesn't really come into it, but that is the stakes.
You know, there was a line that I loved in the movie that I wish had any sort of weight on the film, and I think would probably be your big conceit, and it's only a line, which is they say, because it's Freddy and Jason are coming after them, they're not safe when they're asleep, but they're not safe when they're awake. And I was like, that concept probably could sustain itself for a movie.
Totally.
But they haven't done anything with it. Like, a whole part of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies is just how horrible it is to be keeping yourself up. Like, that's also making you insane and sick.
Yeah.
And so part of it is the fight to stay awake. But what's the point of staying awake if you're in danger anyway because of Jason?
Yeah.
That could have been something entirely.
Well, because then you're sort of tossing up which one's better, you know?
Yeah.
And then you might be like, let me sleep. It's probably better to be away from Jason.
I would love it if a character chose.
Yeah.
They were like, Jason's about to kill him, and they're like, fuck it, I'm just going to take a nap.
Freddy's like, oh, you're here for me? Okay, great. Let me just do some stuff. I'll plan it out. It'll be great. He's like, you don't seem ready. I'll go back to Jason. Like, no. I'll be like a big bed.
It's a bit more camp down here than I thought it was going to be.
It's a bit ridiculous, Freddy.
Yeah.
It's a bit desperate.
I didn't think it was going to be so Broadway down here. It's not exactly my cup of tea, Freddy. I might go back upstairs.
Stop slurring, Freddy. Stop being like, yeah, Freddy's a lot Barbara down here, you know?
It is. This feels, there's a show tunes-esque quality to my dream right now, and I don't think you've nailed
Freddy Jason keeps it straight. Keeps it. Just a sword. Just an insertion of the sword. Nothing wacky.
I'm feeling things down here I haven't confronted about myself, and I'd like to go back up top.
Yeah, so Freddy gets ping-ponged about.
Yeah. But they do fight for a while.
They do fight for a while.
It does get to... I really liked... Actually, no, I didn't. I thought this ran on too long, but I think they're trying to give you your money's worth. But it was odd because I was like, have we signed up for an action movie?
No, but I think the problem is we actually kind of have. Like, you kind of want a Freddy versus Jason, and there's never going to be any scary stakes to essentially... the unstoppable force and the like. It's just.
What if they'd called the movie Freddy and Jason?
It's too nice, isn't it? It's Freddy and Jason.
But I mean, do we think they did? Did they need the versus element?
I think you do because that's what people are.
You reckon that's
people are having
the cash grab?
Yeah,
that's
people
what
want
gets people in seats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, it honestly just cheapens it. Whereas now these two titans are fighting. You want to see them fight, you know.
Yeah, I think.
Otherwise, it could be a Harry Men Sally, you know.
It was funny when it did turn to them versing each other because I don't think the movie was working that well when they were in tandem. And now I don't think the movie's working at all now that they're versing each other.
My favorite thing is Kelly Rowland in the back of a van they've drugged Jason.
Yeah, I love this.
So they've drugged Jason so essentially the Jason can fight Freddy. And they're pretty much like, look, whoever wins will deal with the other one.
Yeah.
So they kind of want Jason to win, I think, because like, we think he's easier because he's just a guy.
Yeah, I like the concept, which was if he defeats Freddy in the dream... he's going to wake up and be at home anyway. So he'll just go back to bed.
Yes.
But if he doesn't defeat Freddy and he gets up because he can't be killed, he's then got the home advantage of knowing the lake.
Yes.
Which is a hilarious conceit.
It's a crazy conceit, but it's also great because essentially the second Jason wakes up and goes, what the fuck is going on? You guys we're not on a team.
Yeah.
I love killing teens. I'll take a pit stop.
Yeah, it was also weird too because after doing the pinball gag, they then do like one of you's gonna have to kiss Jason. Just sitting one of you's got to do it.
Nerd goes, I got asthma. I couldn't kiss him. And the guy's like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. A wild line by the nerd earlier was when he was like, yeah, I've paid for a hooker. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
What an oversharing
They're
moment.
tossing up like, who's the virgin? He's like, don't look at me. I've paid for a whore. That's how I lost my virginity.
I'm a sex addict.
Yeah.
I've got one waiting for me at home right now. This whole thing's totally thrown
I know
me.
the cliche is that a nerd doesn't fuck, but I gotta be honest, guys, it's a horrible addiction.
I'm not well.
No.
I'm not well at all. And we need to pack this up because I'm on the clock. I pay hourly and we've been out for nearly 24 hours.
I've got a girl running the meter back home that I need to get back to.
I also said she could have anything in the fridge. Not true. Some of it's off limits. Some of it's meals for later in the week. And I fear she's going to be tucking in.
Who would tuck into a meal prep? Imagine seeing like 5 meal preps. Like, I'm not having that smelly sandwich. I'm not having that smelly.
I'm gonna start cooking.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably afraid that they've rented a film too. They're racking up the cable as well.
Oh my god, the TiVo is going to go through at the roof.
The real horror is what happens when he gets home and the bills that have to be paid.
And when the film ended on that, wow. Look, and that's...
I too screamed. I was like, they're like $400 a month for energy. I was like, no!
No, so we get to the camp, the campsite.
Yeah.
Jason and Freddy are still sort of fighting.
Yeah.
So it gets a bit like Freddy's...
She goes into Jason's dream to save Jason? Is that what happens?
She, and again, this is where I think I'm a bit confused with the lore. So our protagonist sleeps, and I feel because they're close to each other, she then can jump into his dreams. It feels like that's not how it works.
No, I think they do that in...
Oh, so dreams are sort of like literally like...
They can be
close.
in each other's dreams.
You mean close to each other?
Yeah, I think if they fall asleep...
Like a Tamagotchi, like sort of rub your heads together with each other?
Yeah, you know when you put like your two iPhones together and they orgasm?
I think
it's like that in dream
yeah.
form.
How fun's the iPhone jizz? Like,
it
blows a load of
air
air contacts.
Sometimes my partner will come and just tap my phone with it. I'm like, get your phone away from my phone, you sicko.
Isn't it sucky? It's probably the worst feature. Like, it's like, here's my contact. Like, I've just like, here's my number. It's quicker.
Who was the programmer behind it being like, hey, if you want to share contacts, it'll vibrate? Okay, it doesn't need to.
But it also releases like,
Yeah, it was like Siri gets her moment. Like, why? Leave her be. Why'd you bring her into this? I didn't even ask her to be
Why
here.
does Siri moan every time I connect a contact? It's not on Apple. It's not Tim Cook, it's another guy now, but I'm still going to blame Tim Cook because he was in power at the time.
Look, I don't think this doesn't have its usual Cook quality to it. I don't think Tim was behind it, if I'm being honest.
I think he was usurped. Cook had no in the
I reckon he's only finding out about it now live on air, and he's now on the phone being like, who's done this to our beautiful
He's out,
iPhones?
though. He's out. He's listening with his AirPods in. He's got finally retired.
Samsung's in.
Yeah, finally retired. He can listen to my Who Would Watch This Boys.
Yeah.
Presses play. Goes, they did what to my iPhone?
They massacred my boy. Why would they do this to the iPhone?
I pushed them back on the headphone jack, but I said no to the jizz contact thing. You shouldn't be able to do that. It's so much power. Siri didn't consent to that.
Now
no.
nobody wants any phones to touch, and that's not what we wanted at all.
We wanted a nice network, but not this sucking you off handshake. It's just not on.
It's disgusting.
It's not on.
It's disgusting. Look, and we get our big climax.
Yeah.
It's really...
Yeah, the phones connect. It's real nice.
It's really dumb, honestly. And I think this is... Have you lost interest, or are you still into this?
Oh, I'm super tired. I'm falling asleep. Honestly, the second when Kelly Rowland got smacked over to a tree, and I went, she's dead. I went,
yeah.
This is a bad film.
So
now.
this was pretty iconic, but I absolutely could not believe Kelly Rowland calls Freddy Krueger the F slur.
What the hell was that?
And then
that was crazy.
Mocks him about his nails.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, she is going hard in.
This was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Because at this point, I'm like, Kelly, I've been trying to support you the whole film, and you've really lost a lot of
Kelly, I've been
goodwill.
giving you a lot of grace. A lot of grace. So it's wild for you to attack me now and bring me into this mess.
Even Jason was like, what do you want me to do, Carl? And you're like, I think she's just...
Jason, I'll tell you what, now another point for Jason being a hero. He was like, we'll have none of that in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting behavior.
Everyone knows 2004. You weren't allowed to say that.
No. So yeah, that's another point. So Jason is a bit of a hero.
He is a bit of a hero. He's a bit of a hero.
But we have a real goofy video game quality to the end, in my opinion, which is Freddy's like, I'm just going to shoot like hydrogen gas at them. Like
they have like their moment. So essentially,
it's like a lot of wire work.
I think because Freddy's now brought back into the real world. 'Cause I think
Yeah.
if you wake up with him touching you, you get.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but he's back in the real world
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So he's living and breathing, and they're fighting in this cabin, and then the big canisters. Like it is very video game because it kind of goes slow as well.
Well, it looks really silly, but Jason's like left, right. Like, does he get hits critical? Like
it feels like he has to parry the canisters for him to fly back.
It does.
And it hits Freddy.
Honestly, it hits him, and the sound effects are basically like a whoop woo, like just out of frame.
But yeah, no. So they fight quite a bit. I guess we're down at the pier.
Yeah.
And then Freddy slices off his hand.
Yep.
And then uses Jason's sword against him.
Yeah.
And I guess this is like his kryptonite or his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Or his other thing where you use your thing against them.
I guess. But I mean, that's so suddenly introduced, isn't it? So they then work out. No, but then they help Jason, don't they?
They help Jason because then Freddy's last live. They're like, okay, shit, Freddy's gonna attack me. But then Jason uses his claw hand to stab him. So I think he uses a weapon. So both of them get their weapon of choice on them.
It's like in The Incredibles.
Yeah.
The robot can only destroy itself.
Exactly.
So that's...
it predates The Incredibles. So that's... Actually, no, same year. Maybe Brad Bird was in the writing room.
It wouldn't shock me.
No, wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all.
There is a Brad Bird quality.
When Kelly Rowland said the F slur, I felt that's Brad Bird written all over it.
Absolutely. I was like,
I couldn't slip this into the Iron Giant, but for this film, it can be in there.
Shocked it didn't come up being like a Brad Bird film, and I was like, oh, and there it is. I should have known.
Look, guys, we're just saying that Brad Bird is a known homophobe. I don't know if that's true, but definitely...
And a big Kelly Rowland fan.
It's a weird Venn diagram, but they exist.
Yeah. He's like, I need to spotlight Kelly, and I've got some choice words for her to use.
She's going to be my mouthpiece, but she's also going to be a beautiful mouthpiece. Oh, my God. Sing your heart out, Kelly.
Just maybe also have running at the bottom that Brad Bird is not.
Yeah.
I don't want Brad Bird to get in trouble. He's trying to save Hollywood.
Yeah, no.
I don't want him to go anywhere. I don't want him to
just Vanity Fair goes off the phone. Yep, confirmed. Brad Bird is a homophobe. Yep. Imagine anyone thinking that what we have is information.
Well, it's like, I mean, it's about the fact that unfortunately what we're saying is indeed true.
It is true.
I've met him and he called me it, but it's the fact that I don't want it to hurt his career.
Pinch your nip. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. I think their actions shouldn't have consequences if they're making good films.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think let's let the quality of work speak for how horrible they can be.
Separate art from the artist unless they're just nailing the art.
Look,
if they're nailing the art, then we're going to separate them.
The moment they make a flawed picture, cut them.
Yeah. Then let's bring them back into their lifestyle into it.
It's going to make them so driven to make good quality stuff. You know? You tell that
That's
to
the
someone,
flip side. Just imagine the most evil people you know, just like, if you guys slip up even once, you're done.
You tell Shia LaBeouf you're welcome to be back in blockbusters.
Yeah.
If you can do an amazing one, we'll let you return to Hollywood. And he was like, oh shit, all right.
Harvey Weinstein's like, I think I could do it. And everyone's like, it's a thin line. It's a thin line.
Were you happy with who the winner was?
I was happy. I think Jason definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
However, we do get a... Now, what would you say this wink was? Because essentially Jason's walking around, I assume heaven or hell, and Freddy's beheaded.
Yeah.
But he gets like a little, like a that's all folks wink.
Yeah.
And it's got, I think in the end, I think he won, which is unfortunate. But I prefer Jason to win.
Well, the type of wink to me, it sort of came off like the whole thing was a weird way for Freddy to get his kink.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I've always wanted to be beheaded, and I want to know how that feels. So at the end, he's like, and I got my way.
Yeah. We don't see his body, but I assume it's ejaculated of sorts. Yeah. It's not a great ending for me.
It's not on camera for a reason.
Yeah. It'd be a nightmare.
It's the smart thing to do. It would be a nightmare. Somebody's on Elm Street with the other half of the body being like, oh, God, what a nightmare on Elm
Running down what a nightmare on Elm Street.
Jesus Christ. This is the cop packing his bag. I tried to save you all from this. Couldn't
We're
be
moving
done.
to a medium town where this stuff does not happen. Him in the dream house seeing a tsunami of cheers being like, I didn't want this for my family.
I'm going to the alien tomb in the Antarctic where nothing bad ever happens. Going on an expedition.
Carl, who would watch Jason vs. Freddy?
I think in the end, it's not for fans of people of Nightmare on Elm Street. Or
Is
for
this
fans.
not even just like a little bit fun? Or is this a bit of like a bastardization of it?
Man, I don't know. Sometimes I thought it was fun, but I also just thought it was kind of boring. And I think if the movie had picked its tone the whole way through, to say we're going to be silly and campy the whole way through. I think at the beginning, though, they were trying to do weird little scares.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it also doesn't have the charm of a Nightmare on Elm Street's fun, practical, violent, weird
We skipped over it, but like most of the kills are very...
Well, the killings are really dull.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't think Jason's a very fun villain, it's always just a bit of a stab and a slash.
Yeah.
And he, unfortunately, I feel like does a majority of the killing. So I don't think it's particularly fulfilling as a horror movie, and I don't think it's particularly fulfilling as a Nightmare on Elm Street film or as Friday the 5th. It's probably more of a Friday the 13th film than
me,
anything.
For me, it felt just more like, here's a little meta fun thing. It felt more like a comedy that was not reaching... It's more like a fun little romp, like, haha, we've got these two. Isn't that fun? We'll make some money and run.
Been some snappier writing to maybe make it a little bit more meta, or like help with the characterizations to make it
I think it was too early to be meta. I think it was like...
It was ahead of its time.
I think it was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, it was tacky. It was 2004. Like, it was like, we're doing 9 of these films. That's ridiculous.
But it was lazy as well.
Yeah.
I think this is a really lazy output from the studio for it. So I think it's for people that love lazy filmmaking.
Yeah.
They love a lazy film. I think it's for people that go in with high expectations but love when it turns out to be lazy.
I think so, but then also I'm trying to think, if you're watching, I don't know, 13 of these Jason films and 9 of these Elm Street films, I'm sure this one's probably a bit of a pick-me-up in the middle.
Yeah, but I wonder if you get there and you go, this one will reinvent it a little. This one will freshen it up. Only for you to find out it's even more same old is probably and that they probably butcher your villain that you love. That you go, sorry, Jason got ping-ponged? Sorry, he got pinballed around.
He got pinballed. He got pinballed pretty aggressively. Pretty aggressive.
Oscar, who do you think would watch this?
Look, it's for the fans, for the lovers, it's for the people, the dreamers, you know. But it's also for the people. I had fun with it, but again, no prior knowledge of the films. So I felt like I was like, oh, this is the tone. I'm enjoying them doing their thing a little bit. I think if I had seen the better films, I could understand a fan being angry. I don't really think you should really care, but. But I get why this is not, loved.
Yeah.
But I think it's got a little bit of something, you know. I enjoy seeing these characters acting a bit silly and goofy. I wish they kind of went further, you know. That's my issue.
I think for me it's either you rein it in and make it better, or you go further with how silly it is.
I think they realized they couldn't really have any real scares because it's
so silly they're in the same film.
Yeah, and they both can't die, so there's no stakes really.
But also I think both their franchises had gotten silly by that point.
Yeah.
So that had allowed them to do a crossover.
Yeah.
So they should do another one of these. Fuck it. Wait until they just turn these into a cinematic universe.
I think
they'll all cross over.
I think we're at a time now where everyone's like, it can be meta, and I think this would be fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I think if you get good people behind it though.
Isn't it funny that this is almost like the only time you can be like, let's be a bit creative with our meta little spin-off series of a horror thing.
Yeah.
Carl, that was Freddy versus Jason. We've done Alien versus Predator. I think we should combine the two. How are you feeling? What was the better matchup?
Oh, I think in the end I liked Alien versus Predator more, which I think was a shocker to me.
I think just the sets and I think the actual craft was there.
Yeah.
You know?
They're both definitely at the bottom of a barrel though, in terms of crossovers.
Yeah.
I think maybe Alien and Predator was a little bit more crazy. They both sort of shit the bed on their kills and on their violence. Both of them, not great in that regard.
I guess because I think that they are going for a younger audience. They're going for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, look, as a kid, I did love Alien versus Predator. But as a kid, I wasn't taken by Freddy versus
You were
Jason.
snooty. You're like, this is ridiculous. This is top. This is garb. It's not really on for me.
Yeah, I think also just on top of that, I'm like, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
It really was just sort of nonsense.
Well, it's not scary. It's not really made kills. I think you're not getting what is this whole thing? You know?
I think I was like, an episode of Supernatural is more scary than this.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's better.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of this conceit in general? Do you reckon that you can...
Oh, the verses?
Yeah.
I would love to see it go right. I just think you are being sold versus them fighting. And in fairness, I actually prefer this one because it felt more like an actual matchup. In the Alien vs Predator one, I think it was a bit of like a we're hunting one, so one's definitely a loser immediately. Yeah. I do want to see some IP. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I would like to see it work. Yeah. But you have to find essentially two people coming at it. It's pretty evenly, you know.
Yeah. I think some ones that I think we'll probably see in our lifetime.
Yep.
I think we'll see Aunt Gladys versus the Vitch from the A24 film.
Yep, the BVH.
Yep. I think we will see what else is there? Eddington versus Twin Peaks. I think that's definitely in our...
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we'll see Insidious versus Saw.
You know, I do actually think what is the creature in Insidious actually? It's a
different demon every time.
Yeah.
So
it's just letting demons in.
Yeah, it's always a different demon that wants to get in. There's always a red door.
You know, I would actually say an Annabelle versus Megan, but I just think you know I'd like for them to do that.
Yeah,
I like a bunch of dolls fighting. You know,
absolutely. I think I would also like to see some more things come to life.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should have more things come to life.
Like a piano.
I think a piano versus a mannequin would be fun.
Yeah, that would be quite good.
I think a bowl versus a photo frame would be fun.
Yeah, maybe some sort of can versus a Honda Civic.
That would be interesting.
It would be interesting.
A ball versus a piece of plaster.
Oh, yeah.
Would be really good.
That would be nice.
I'd love to see a ladder versus a cloud.
Yeah, because you're trying to get higher, but then the cloud can't. It's just it'd be a match made up in not heaven.
Yeah,
what's like a limbo made up in limbo.
Like catharsicism versus waiting at the checkout as a feeling.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
that could be good.
That is really good. I guess mourning a loved one that you kind of remember versus Yeah, I guess a Honda Civic 2006. Like, it's just the Honda's really a good well to go back
it's
to.
clear that the Honda's going to win its first bracket, that it should return for the sequel in the second bracket.
Yeah, I would dare I say, I'd just love a lot of things, all things verse.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the end and be like,
I feel like we've pitched a whole new podcast.
Yeah, just you know what?
Just pick things and see who would win.
It's not crazy.
A briefcase versus carpet.
It'd be nice because we'd have more to talk about.
Yeah.
We'd have like 2 to 3 hours of content.
Yeah.
Daily.
You can write to us at askwwwtpodcast if you want us to start up a whole other side podcast on top of this one that we can barely fucking keep our grip on.
Yeah. I think that would be worth it.
Yeah.
I think, and don't give us suggestions. We've got that.
Yeah, we've got them
on lock.
We've absolutely got them for sure.
Yeah. So just
I definitely don't need suggestions. I didn't just use all of my good ones right now.
Yeah.
Definitely don't write into me personally.
Thank
and
God,
let me
because
know.
they were not good suggestions. I gotta tell you,
none of them. And I agree.
Good.
So don't write into me.
Great.
Don't write into me at all.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to wrap this up because I gotta tell you right now, this room is fucking melting.
Well, it's like a candle. It's all waxy. It's all waxy. It's the wax room.
About candle versus light.
Look, and now that's a good suggestion. And
Yeah.
now we have a podcast. And
Thank
now we
God.
have a podcast.
That was a write-in as well. Shit.
Thanks for listening.